If you're in high school or you're early into college or university for the first time, then this video is for you. I want to be taking some time to be talking about life and goals and what we should all be doing, because a lot of people around that particular age group don't really know what it is that they want to be doing with their life. I know from my own experiences that I decided, hey, I was 16 years old, like, I wanted to go and become an accountant. And even though I've gotten a degree in accounting, it's not really something that I am very proud about, or that I like wave around saying like, hey, I got a degree, I did something with my life, or anything like that. Like, it's something that I have, but I don't necessarily need. And the reason why I went and got one in the first place was I didn't really know what exactly I wanted to be doing. I didn't really have any kind of goals outside of, hey, I want to be an accountant for whatever reason. At least at this point in time, at this early stage in your life, as you're getting into adulthood, it's important to be looking at what exactly do you want to be doing with your life? Where do you want to be going? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now or 10 years from now? Because, frankly, 16-year-old me had absolutely no clue at all where I wanted to be, where that he wanted to be. And I'm at this point now where I'm almost 27 and this is what I'm doing now. And I'm happy about it, but it took me a really long time for me to get here. And I could have been doing all of this stuff a lot sooner if I took some time to be asking myself some of the more difficult questions, some of the more deep, meaningful questions that I want to be sharing in this video. So, if you're someone who is stuck, who doesn't quite know where they want to be going with their life, and there's a lot of pressure placed on you from your parents and from your friends and other relatives and all of that stuff, it can be very, very difficult because there's all of this pressure and you feel like, okay, I have to make a decision, I have to do something because all these people have all of these expectations placed on me. And I think what's important to realize during those times is that it's okay to take a step away from that and to breathe. I know for myself, after I graduated high school, I went and traveled across Canada. And the reason why I did that was I didn't quite know where exactly I wanted to be going. And I was, mentally speaking, I was in a really bad spot. Like, I had trouble with communicating with people. I had terrible social skills. And I didn't really know where I wanted to be going. Like, yeah, I figured out, okay, like, I want to be an accountant, but I'm still going to have to deal with people, and I still had to build up all of those skills of talking with people and being comfortable with talking to people. So what I'm saying is that sometimes, like, traveling is something that you can consider if you're someone that, if you're stuck in a place where you don't quite know where you want to be going with your life. And at least for me, how I see traveling, traveling is an opportunity to explore yourself and discover yourself further, to be looking in and, again, asking some of those tough questions. So what exactly are some of these tough questions? Like, for one, there's what in the world do you want to be doing in the first place? But it's also important to be looking at your history, at some of the things that you've done that you really enjoy doing, and looking more at your own values and who is actually in your life. Because your life changes so much after high school, and it's important to be figuring out what exactly it is that you want to be doing. So for one, obviously the big question is, what do you want to be doing? What sort of thing are you passionate about? And you have to be setting some goals around that. If you want to be a doctor, well, you're going to have to set some goals to improve yourself and to get yourself into that sort of position where you can actually get a doctorate and become a doctor and do whatever the hell you want to be doing with that degree. And for some other people, it might not be getting a degree. Sometimes some people might want to be starting up their own business, taking a stab at the entrepreneurial lifestyle and entrepreneurial life. And while that's great, you have to realize that it's very difficult, that there is a lot of challenges to that. It's the same thing with getting a prestigious degree, such as a doctorate. That's really difficult, and there's going to be a lot of time and energy spent to that. And it's important in that sort of case to be looking at all of those things, to be doing your research, to be exploring and figuring out where you want to be going and what's the best thing for you to do and position yourself in. And I know that all of this is just like a bombardment of words, and it's very difficult to process everything, but seriously, just take your time. Don't rush yourself. And know that things will be sorted out eventually. You'll figure out your own path. Sometimes you have to go out and do something else to figure out what you really want to be doing. For me, I figured out I want to be a writer. I want to be doing the stuff that I'm doing right now full time after spending 7 years studying business and accounting and realizing this isn't for me at all. Sometimes it's important to do those sorts of things, to throw something away to replace with something else because you figured out something else. You spent some time actually thinking about it and figuring out where you want to be going. So seriously, if you don't know where you want to be going, figure it out. Take some time, take a breather, go take a trip, travel somewhere, do something amazing, because there's plenty of programs out there that can facilitate some of those things, like the opportunity that I had as well. And I'm sure that other opportunities like that are out there if you take the time to be looking for it. At the end of the day, all these decisions are up to you, and whatever opinion that other people have of you, it doesn't matter. It's your own life, and they should not be forcing their own opinion or their own agenda on you and where you want to be going, because you are the person that has to live with all of those decisions. So don't let people pressure you into doing whatever it is that they want you to be doing or that they think that you should be doing. Instead, focus on what you want to be doing. Is this something that you really want to be doing? And when you're stepping into college or university, or picking out your courses that you want to be taking in high school to get you into those colleges and universities. It's important to be considering all of those things, because this is a really big decision. This will determine where your life is going to be going for several years. So seriously, take your time and breathe.